Lecture 5. Theme: William the Conqueror. The Battle at Hastings, 1066 to 1337. Aim: to define the chronology of events at the Battle at Hastings 1066 and the peculiarities of the centralized form of feudalism under William the Conqueror. Plan of the lecture. The Battle at Hastings 1066. The centralized form of feudalism under William the Conqueror. King Edward, known as the Confessor, because of his interest in religious matters, ruled from 1042 to 1066. He had no son, and a struggle for power developed. When Edward the Confessor died, Godwin's son Harold became king with the Witten's support. His right to become king was immediately challenged by William, Duke of Normandy, now part of northwestern France. The Normans were a people descended from Vikings, the Northmen, who had settled around the River Seine. They had adopted Christianity and the French language and had become powerful. William claimed the English throne because he was distantly related to Edward. Edward had been brought up in Normandy and supported William's claim. However, Edward's death left power with Godwin's family, so Harold too came to the throne. In September 1066, Tostig, Harold's brother, together with King Harald Hardrada of Norway, invaded northern England. Harold too defeated them at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. But he had to turn south at once to oppose a landing in East Sussex by William. At the Battle of Hastings on October 14, the Normans defeated the Saxons and Harold was killed. The Norman conquest of England followed the Battle of Hastings. William I was crowned King of England at Westminster Abbey, London, on Christmas Day, 1066. He is known in popular history as William the Conqueror. The date is remembered for being the last time that England was successfully invaded. The Normans settled in the country, and the French language became the official language of the ruling class for the next 3 centuries. This explains the great number of French words in English. Unlike the Germanic invasions, the Norman invasion was small-scale. There was no such thing as a Norman village or a Norman area of settlement. The successful Norman invasion of England in 1066 brought Britain into the mainstream of Western European culture. Previously, most links had been with Scandinavia. Only in Scotland did this link survive. William was a Norman king who saw England as an extension of his French domains. He exercised strict and systematic control over his conquests. He raised taxes and redistributed land, granting most of it to barons, noblemen. In return for their land, William's barons had to perform certain services. They and the bishops served as members of William's council, which replaced the Anglo-Saxon Witan. The barons also had military obligations to serve as knights, army commanders, for William. All land was divided into manors. Most manors contained a village. A baron was tenant-in-chief and had several manors. He passed on part of his military obligations to his tenants, who held manors from him. The tenants of each manor performed specific regular services for their lord. This type of land tenure and manorial and military organization is known as feudal tenure. Feudalism had been practiced in Anglo-Saxon times, but under the Normans, it became more organized. The peasants were the English-speaking Saxons. The lords and the barons were the French-speaking Normans. This was the beginning of the English class system. The monarchy, which was established by William and his successors, was, in general, more effective. The feudal system contributed to the growth of power of the state, and little by little, England began to spread its power. In 1086, William's officials surveyed much of England to record the ownership, extent, and value of each manor. Their records formed the Domesday Book, which provided information for William's tax officers. Self-control questions. Why did William, Duke of Normandy, claim the English throne? What happened on October 14, 1066? How did William I rule the country? What formed the Domesday Book?